France is going bad, very bad. The once mighty empire that stood tall on the backs of African nations is collapsing. And the collapse is no accident. It is the work of three bold, young leaders: Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, Colonel Assimi Goïta of Mali, and General Abdourahamane Tchiani of Niger. Together they have torn apart decades of French exploitation. They have expelled French troops. They have stopped the export of uranium, gold, and lithium that once fueled France's economy. And today, Paris trembles. This is the fall of France's empire in Africa. For generations, France built its wealth by draining Africa. Uranium from Niger kept the lights on in Paris. Gold from Burkina Faso filled the banks of Europe, while Burkinabe families struggled in poverty. Mali's lithium, critical for the future of technology, was shipped away for scraps. And all of this happened while French troops, French companies, and French politicians dictated the destiny of these nations. They installed weak leaders. They crushed resistance. They pretended to be partners, while behaving like masters. But history has limits, and Africa's patience finally ran out. Then came the rise of new voices. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, young, fearless, a soldier of the people. The youngest head of state in the world, standing tall for Burkina Faso. Colonel Assimi Goïta, disciplined, strategic, the man who led Mali to break free from Paris's shadow. General Abdourahamane Tchiani, Niger's defender, the one who stood up against uranium looting and said, "Not anymore." These three men united, and together they gave birth to something powerful: the Alliance of Sahel States, the AES. With courage, they made choices no leader before them dared to make. They expelled French ambassadors. They shut down French military bases. They canceled unfair mining contracts. They stopped exporting raw minerals to France. And they declared to the world, our destiny will no longer be written in Paris. It will be written here, on African soil. And the effect on France? Devastating. Niger's uranium, the lifeblood of French nuclear plants, is gone. Gold and lithium that once enriched Paris now stay in Africa. Billions in contracts have vanished. Troops who once marched freely in West Africa are now forced out. The empire is collapsing. France is in panic. And for the first time in history, the African children it once exploited are now the reason for its suffering. But this story is bigger than economics. This is the collapse of neocolonialism. The AES Alliance has become a symbol of hope across Africa. From Dakar to Dar es Salaam, from Kinshasa to Cape Town, Africans are watching closely. They are asking, if Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso can break free, why not us? The spirit of Pan-Africanism is alive again. The empire is falling, and a continent is rising. Today, AES leaders are investing in their people. They are building roads, educating their youth, strengthening agriculture, uniting their militaries. They are saying, Africa will no longer be a mine. Africa will be a power. France is going bad, very bad. But Africa is rising, very strong. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Colonel Assimi Goïta, and General Abdourahamane Tchiani have set fire to the chains of colonialism. This is not just the fall of France's empire in Africa. This is the dawn of a new Africa. Free, united, powerful. The age of exploitation is ending. The age of African liberation has begun.
Yes, brothers and sisters, welcome back to Make Africa Great. It's my hope that you're okay, you are doing well. In this video, we are discussing the collapse of France after Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso took control of their natural resources. Since coming of Abdourahamane Tchiani of Niger, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, and Assimi Goïta, General Assimi Goïta of Mali, France has shaken. And of course, they tried to exist, but France has shaken. And now we see nationwide protests in France, anti-government protests, and listen to the farmers as announced nationwide protests due to trade deals and also the rise of food prices. You know, you may ask yourself, why when Captain Traore came to power, he survived a lot of coup and assassination attempt. Do you know why? It's because Captain Ibrahim Traoré is young and his age allow him to stay in power for up to 15 years. Maybe if we're just trying to make, he can stay in power if maybe he can act like himself, even for 30 years to come. So that is shocking France, because if Captain Ibrahim Traoré will stay in power for too long, and Assimi Goïta being in power for too long, all these can stay in power for 30 years. For 30 years, automatically France will be elastic in the map of this world. And that's why they have tried everything to divide Sahel, to assassinate and remove Captain Traoré. That's the reason. That's the main reason. And within just 3 years in power for these military leaders, France is not okay. France is shaking because there's no free uranium, there's no free gold, there's no free lithium. Industries in France is struggling. Reserves in France is struggling. You remember these countries, Francophone countries, put their reserve into France banks. But when Traore, Assimi Goïta, and Abdourahamane Tchiani came to power, they said you cannot put and store and reserve our currency, our money into France bank, Paris bank, while we are struggling. We will keep our money here in the continent. Then there's no flow of money. You see? So no money from France, from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, I mean Sahel, no free uranium, no free gold, no free lithium, and iron and other things. And you know these countries are many producers of cotton. So textile industries also are suffering in France. That's why you see right now France is suffering, brothers and sisters. They have tried to divide Sahel by trying to rob and bribe Assimi Goïta that they will support him more than 3 times the current budget if he will withdraw Mali from the Alliance of Sahel States. After failing that attempt, they went to try to launch coup against Assimi Goïta. You remember almost last month, there was a coup attempt in Mali. They tried to remove and to overthrow Assimi Goïta, but they failed. In Burkina, you remember, they tried 30 times, but they didn't succeed. And you may compare why they are dealing with these 2 young people, Traore and Assimi Goïta, but they're not dealing with Abdourahamane Tchiani. Because if you look at the age of Abdourahamane Tchiani, of course they know that the time will phase him out. You know, if you are old, automatically the time will phase you out. They're waiting. And they have done such kind of thing to Mugabe. They tried to sign some contract with Mugabe, but when Mugabe came to power, they told Mugabe, you know, you should not take the land first. Wait until 1990, until 2000. At that time, it was 1883, almost 17 years to come. So they understood at that time that Mugabe, for these 17 years, we can do something, can remove Mugabe from power. But they found themselves that Mugabe is still in power till 2000. And Mugabe said, we agreed by this time we have to take the land. So the time has come. Give us the land. And Mugabe took the land. And then they sanctioned Zimbabwe. And now they're looking at Abdourahamane Tchiani that maybe for 15 to 20 years he will not be there. So let us leave him. So they're dealing with Captain Traore. They're dealing with Abdourahamane Tchiani, Assimi Goïta because of their ages. They know that Assimi Goïta and Captain Traore can stay in power for 30 years because the age of Traore is almost 38, if not 37. So if you plus 30 years to come, he will have maybe 60 something years old. The same, even younger than Museveni, and yet Museveni is still in power. Younger than Paul Biya of Cameroon, who is almost 90 something, and he's still running for the presidency. Younger than Alassane Ouattara. So that's the fear of France. But all in all, brothers and sisters, France is under crisis. And the crisis of France is because of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So you can see that for Africans to take control and to be respected in this global world, we need to come together. Just only. We don't need to quarrel anyone. Let us come together, sit down, and take control of our natural resources. Those who have luck, they can buy from us. Then Africa automatically become a superpower. We don't need to quarrel with anyone. Our unity will make us strong and powerful, and the rest will collapse automatically. The rest will collapse automatically. And that's why these countries, they're so intelligent. What they did in Africa, they tried to put these military bases to control Africans and to threaten African leaders that if you don't follow this, we are going to remove you from power. We have army here. So if you don't follow our instructions, we are going to invade you. We are going to remove you from power. Or we are going to support groups to take you out. That's what they're doing. So that's why we have been saying we need a united Africa. A united Africa that will not just take control, but will utilize African resources and provide value to these resources. Automatically, Africa will become a superpower and Africa will be respected. Right now, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is respected almost worldwide. Every leader are respecting Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Not because he's so powerful compared to, maybe Burkina Faso is powerful compared to Russia or to America. No, it's because of what Burkina Faso has. If you know what you have, you don't need to fear anyone. And the good thing that I see now in Burkina, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is preparing a new generation, a generation of young people, patriotic and revolutionaries, who will come to take over after Captain Traoré and his fellow brothers and sisters who are leading right now. 20 years to come, we need new shapes, we need new generation with new minds, with new knowledge, with new skills to run these countries. So, brothers and sisters, what I want to say to you and to tell you is that the only salvation for us is to come together. We don't need to create massive destructive weapons and the other things like that. Those things will come automatically. But first of all, let us come together. Let us unite. Today, if we are uniting, France will collapse automatically. Of course, France is collapsing because they are depending on everything from Africa. Even their player, football, national team of football, almost all players are coming from Africa, starting with Kylian Mbappe, going to N'Golo Kante and the others. Thuram, all those are Africans. France has nothing. And that's why sometimes people are asking and joking that how is it Moroccans are Africans, and yet France, those who are black people like me, are Europeans? It doesn't make sense. But because France is beneficiaries of brain drain and exploitation. That's why France has been becoming powerful and enjoying that opportunity. But all in all, brothers and sisters, we say our unity is our salvation. We wish other countries, of course, Cote d'Ivoire, to be difficult under Ouattara, because Ouattara is working for the interest of France. Senegal also, it looks like disappointing, because we have seen President Faye visiting France almost 2 times, not 2 times, 4 times since he came to power, you see. But all in all, it's because of the influence of France. But kings and queens, brothers and sisters, our unity is our salvation. Right now, you see that we are not fighting France, but automatically France is collapsing. We don't need to fight France. Automatically France is fighting themselves. Because no free lunch again, no free uranium, no free gold, no free lithium. Shout out to Traore, Assimi Goïta, and Abdourahamane Tchiani. So, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, after that, let me say thank you. Have you a nice time. See you next time in our videos. And do not forget to subscribe, to like if you're new, and also to share the videos to other Africans who are here in the continent, and to others who are somewhere else in the diaspora and other places, wherever you know where they are. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.